Hello everyone. So this is Sujit from Invent Model Technology Solution. Together with me, I have Kalpana, Pratiksha, and Dhirendra. So today we are going to extend the more knowledge on MDM Cloud SaaS, Informatica Cloud product that is called Informatica MDM Cloud SaaS. And today our agenda will be to do the more drill down on the trust, validation, tokenize, match, and merge part. So in matching, as we know that we have two segments that is called exact match and fuzzy match. So in today's session, we will mostly focus on the exact match use cases, exact match kind of basic concepts and all. And also tokenization part also will take care. So let's try to understand this all the topics details through our audience and through our presenter. So you said to you, Pratiksha and Kalpana, you can start.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I'll be sharing the screen now. So here I'll be explaining. So the agenda over here is explain all the stages involved in trust validation, tokenize, that is token, match and merge job. And I'll be explaining the stages involved in the trust. So in MDM, that is Master Data Management Cloud SaaS, as we know, the trust is a very important or crucial for ensuring the data accuracy and security and governance. The stages involved in the trust, it can be of different categories, including the following ones that are mentioned over here. So first is data ingestion and source trust. Data ingestion and source trust is the stage that includes that identifying the trusted data sources. Now, the data sources can be different types, that is ERP, CRM, databases, third-party data, or it can be any data sources. These are the few that are mentioned over here. Then we have to validate the source credibility and consistency. That is, we have to make it sure that the data that we are getting is kindly reliable and we can work on this data. So we have to validate the source credibility. Third is we have to ensure that secure data transfer using encryption and access control. So we use like secure agent for the encryption and secure data transfer, so that only some kind of security has to be there so that there is no loss of data. That is very crucial, that no party would want to have loss of data. So here we ensure that data transfer happens securely. Now, the second stage is data quality and standardization. So, data quality and standardization, what we do here is we clean the data. We clean the data, we deduplicate the data if we have multiple records, and then we standardize the incoming data. Next is we have to apply some business rules for validation. What are these business rules? That is format checks, missing values, and etc. So these can be the business rules that we apply for validation. Now, third stage is implement automated data correction mechanism. So this all these steps we are doing manually. So what we can do is additionally we can have the automated data rules. So it will save time and we don't have to do it manually. Third stage is identity resolution and golden record creation. So what we do in this stage, we have to match and merge the duplicate records from different sources. We have to establish a single source of truth, SSOT, or we call it a golden record, that is a master record. Use AI ML based algorithms for entity resolution and confidence scoring. So, in order to get this golden record, we use the AI ML based algorithm. Fourth is security and compliance trust. So what do we do? So this stage is all about security. We have to actually implement some rollback access control, that is RBAC, and encryption algorithms that mainly works for the security and compliance. So second is ensure compliance with GDPR, CCPA, HIPAA. So these all are the government rules and regulations. We just have to comply with them. Otherwise, there can be very much repercussions from the government side. So no party would want to have those extra, penalties that they have to pay. So that's why they go ahead with the compliance and rules and regulations. Third is conduct regular security audit and vulnerability assessment. So this is also the government sorry, the private organizations have to do whether there is no breach of data. So for that they do security audits and vulnerability assessment. So next we see is fifth is data governance and policy enforcement. So what we do here is we define the ownership and stewardship roles. So we have data stewards and we have data owners. So these roles we define over here. Then we have to set the policy for the data usage, retention and sharing. There are some policies that we have to actually set up that for the data usage, that who will use how much amount of data and retention and how much sharing would be there. Then we have to enforce metadata management and lineage tracking. Sixth stage is continuous monitoring and auditing. So as the name only suggests, that we have to continuously monitor and audit the data because of because there can be errors also. So suppose if any error occurs, so we don't want our business to be affected by those errors, right? So we want a fix of that. So this is what is done under this stage, that we have to monitor data integrity using anomaly detection and the logs that we have. We have to conduct periodic data audits to ensure accuracy. It is done periodically. Use AI driven analytics to predict potential trust issues. Now, seventh is user trust and transparency. It provides data dashboards and reports for data visibility. So, as the word itself suggests, that it is for transparency. So, whatever work we are doing, we have to provide the data dashboards and reports for data visibility. Next is enable data traceability for accountability. So we have to share the data also. So these data traceability, so there are people, so they go through all these data dashboards and data reports for accountability. Third is offer clear explanation for data decisions made by AI ML models. So this is, what does it say is, when you have all these AI ML models, then they are able to clearly provide an explanation for the data decisions that are made. So when the golden records, it is passed for further analysis to data scientists, data analysts. So they are able to make a, a proper decision out of the right data that they have. So this is what it is saying, that at the end of the day, they are able to make the right decisions. Now, eighth is trust evolution and adaptation. So, what it says is we have to continuously improve the trust models with AI driven insights. We have to adapt to new compliance requirement and evolving threats. And we have to collect user feedback to enhance trust in MDM Cloud SaaS. So, we have to continuously evolve and adapt because AI and our field is continuously evolving. So we also have to continuously evolve and adapt to the new security and new threats as well. Yes. So this was all theory. Now here in the screenshot we can see that from MDM Cloud SaaS we have taken, or for an entity called entity underscore employee underscore test. So this is the entity and this is business 360 screen where we can provide the trust values under the survivorship tab, and these are the attributes that we have, and we have the source ranking here, and we can set the survivorship scores under survivorship configuration. So this is what it is. Now we have the another same screen, but it is for customer entity. Previously we have for different entity, this is for customer entity, and here also we have to provide the trust score in the similar way. Now, how do we see the trust values on the customer 360 screen? So here we have a button, actions, and under that button, when we click on the button, we have show trust scores and show survivorship criteria. So whatever you want to see, trust scores or survivorship criteria, you can see by clicking on any of these two buttons. And this is for customer 360. Again, in business 360, if we want to see the values after, so we when we define a rule, so this is like rule type decay. So we want to see that how the trust score decay. So we can see that by providing maximum trust score value, minimum trust score value, and we can provide decay unit. Like a decay unit over here is year. So we can have month, week, anything, but here it is over the years. We want to see the difference. Then decay period is 10. Then we can see the graph over here that how the value would be. It starts from point 8 and there is a difference of decay period is of 10 and minimum trust score is zero point 0.7. So this is the trust decay graph of SRC underscore CRM. This yeah, SRC underscore CRM as it is given over here. So this is all about the trust. Thank you very much. And I would like to invite Kalpana now for further explanation. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So now we discuss about the stages that involve in validation and tokenization. Move to the next slide. So, as we know, in MDM Cloud SaaS, validation and tokenization are critical stages in ensuring data accuracy and security. So, in simple words, we can say that validation is used for the ensuring data accuracy and tokenization is used for the security. So, now we have some stages for the validation. As we have a definition for the validation, we have like validation ensures the data integrity, consistency, quality before it is stored in MDM. So this is the simple definition of validation stages. So now we have a 6 stages for the validation. First is data ingestion, or we can say data entry, where we can have a raw data is imported from various sources like ERP, CRM, and some external feeds as well, and many more. Second, we have schema validation. For that, we have to check if the data structure matches predefined formats. Then it is for the schema validation. Here we can have example like required fields have and their data type we have like a name. We have used the where, or care. So these kind of things we have in this. After that, we have a business rule validation. For that, we apply the business specific rules to verify the correctness. Like if we have an email, we have a valid email format. Phone number have the number length, like phone number, we have a 10 digits in that. So these kind of things are comes in the business rule validation. After that, duplicate detection we have. In that, we can identify the duplicate records where we using the fuzzy match or exact match in techniques we have for the duplicate records. Then we move to the enrichment. Here we can enrich the records where with additional attributes like geolocation or third-party validation we have for the enrichment. After that, we move to the approval workflow. For that, we have the root data through approval processes before being published. Like we have to first we do the approval for the processes before being published to the another process. So these are the stages for the validation stage. Move to next slide, please. Now we have a tokenization stage. How we use tokenization stage and why we use this stage is for that, like tokenization is used for ensuring for securing sensitive data by replacing it with unique tokens. Here we generate the unique tokens for the tokenization. So there are also some five stages for the tokenization. First is data identification. Here we can identify sensitive data fields like card numbers we have. So these kind of things in the data identification. After that, token generation. Here we can create a unique and irreversible token for each sensitive value. Like by the name of tokenization, we also know that unique tokens are created. So here we create the unique value. And now third, we have storage of tokenized data. So we can store tokens in the MDM system while the original data is stored securely in a vault. So this is simple. After that, token retrieval and detokenization. For that, we authorize the users and systems can retrieve original value when needed through the control access for the detokenization and token retrieval. Compliance and monitoring. Here we ensure the compliance with the data protection that like laws we have, like GDPR we have, PCI DSS we have, and logs tokenization activities for the auditing. So here we can say that for the governance and the private sections we have for the compliance and monitoring. Go to the next slide. So now we have a conclusion between them, like validation and tokenization. So validation ensures the high quality normalized data, structured data in the MDM system, while tokenization protects sensitive information from unauthorized access. So these processes work together to enhance data security, integrity, and usability in an MDM cloud SaaS environment. So these are the basic information between validation and tokenization. We have a data security, integrity, and some usability in MDM cloud SaaS. So these are the things we have learned for that. Go to the next slide. Now here in this picture, we validate the data, we handle the exceptional records and to downgrade the test values. Here we use in Business 360 where we have a new tab section. In that we have a source system where we create the source system for the validation we have as we seen in this picture. Go to the next slide. We have a three types of validation we have. Like in that section, we see that here information we have, warning we have, error. So these are the types of validation as we use in the Business 360. So this is all about from my side. Go to the next slide. Now we move to the stages involved in match and merge process. So I would like to call Dhiren sir, who will explain this topic.
Okay, thank you, Kalpana. So I will start from here. So basically, in the IDMC cloud SaaS, the match and merge process is crucial and managing the deduplication of data. It ensures that the multiple records referring to the same entity are identified, matched, and merged into a single accurate record. So basically, in this match and merge process, there will be like multiple tokens will get generated based using that tokens. We will do the matching, right? It can be either fuzzy or exact match based on the criteria we define, and then this matching will be happen, and then after later on there will be the merge process which will merge these duplicated records and make it a single record, unified records. And this merge process, either it can be a human created merging, or it can be automated also. So basically, the match and merge process involves following steps. Like first is data collections and preparations, define matching criteria, then matching process, review and validation, merging process, post merge process, monitoring and reporting, and then ongoing optimization. Move on to the next slide. Okay, so first thing we need to discuss here is data collections and preparation. So before doing anything, first we need to have a data in the system, right? For that one, we can do the data ingestion, and by using that data ingestion, like import options, we can bring in the data into the system. It can be either from flat files or cloud sources or any other real-time systems or flat files or any other file formats. Then once data is in, we need to perform the cleansing so that we have a correct data, right? It's like the validated data. So in this one, we do data quality. We will remove the data quality issues, and then if there are any inconsistent data, any missing values are there, or any formatting errors or something like that, we will be removing it so that our data is clean. And then second stage is to define matching criteria. So matching rules configuration. This stage involves configuring the rules and logic used to identify which records are considered a match. These rules typically include factors such as next. So means like in this rule we have two kind of rules which we need to define within the system. First is exact match, and then we have a fuzzy match. So basically the exact match is the match criteria where it looks for the exact matching of the values, means values whatever we are trying to match should be identical, it should be same, and there shouldn't be any deviation, so that means this criteria will follow the rules and pick those exact matching values. So means like for this case means like we can say either the similar names should be matching, or there are IDs, right? Those IDs, if it is same, then we will be taking this as a consideration in the exact match. So in case of fuzzy, basically it is a like card kind of searches in the like SQL. We have like in the where class when we say like something like name percent, right? So means some name is there, and then there are any probabilistic matching values on that. So it takes that those values. So whatever matching values are there, basically do the probabilistic search. So means probably whatever values are matching, it will pick those values, and then consider this for the matching criteria. And then there is a threshold. So we set the matching thresholds which define how closely two records need to resemble each other to be considered a match, e.g. a certain percentage of similarity, right? So in that case, we will be defining the threshold. Then the third process, we have a matching process. So in this matching process, we need to do a data comparison. So during this phase, the system compares the record across the various data sources. Because the data comes from the variety of sources, so it is compared means like from those sources, whatever data available from the different sources based on the defined matching criteria and rules. So those matching criteria and rules, it can be either fuzzy or exact match. Then this comparison is typically done using the some algorithm or some score or some kind of percentage. So that using that criteria, we try to match the data. Move on to the next. So match score generation. For each pair of records, a match score is generated. A higher score indicates that the records are more likely to represent the same entity. And then we have fourth steps, review and validation. So review matched pairs. So the matched records are reviewed either automatically or manually. It can be automated, or it can be from the human being. The system may flag records for a human review when the match score is borderlines, ensuring that only valid matches are retained. So it can be like flag for the means manual merge, or it can be like auto merge, right? Those two things we have. So we can, based on this configured setting during the matching rule creation, it flags in that way. So handling false positive. This stage involves verifying and correcting any incorrect matches that may have been generated which are known as a false positive. The goal is to minimize errors in the matching process. Then we have a fifth process called merging process. So once this matching process is done, there will be the merging process. So merge logic definitions. Once records are matched, you define how the data should be merged. For example, you might decide to keep the most recent record, merge fields from multiple records, e.g. combining address or contact details, or prioritizing specific fields. So based on our need, we can follow each criteria and then do the operation. Move on to the next. So there can be conflict also. So we need to resolve the conflict also. So if there are any conflicting values in the matched records, the system need to apply predefined rules to resolve the conflicts, e.g. retaining the value from the record with the highest confidence score, creating a golden record. So the result of the merge process is typically a golden record. So means when we perform the merge records, we get the golden copy of that data after removing the duplicated records. So a single consolidated record that represents the entity with the most complete and accurate information. So after that, we have the sixth process where post merge processing. In this case, we do the data enrichment. After merging, additional data enrichment steps may be applied, such as adding missing information and integrating with external data sources to further improve the quality of the merge records. So in this case, we need to export the data or integrate the data. Once the merging is complete, the unified records are then ready for export or integration into a downstream systems. So applications are a data warehouses. So we need to means like send these data to the downstream systems. So we can export them or using some connections, we can directly configure it so that it happens periodically or regularly. Apart from this, we have the seventh step, that is monitoring and reporting. So for any operation we do, there should be monitoring and reporting also, right? So for that reasons, we have the reporting and monitoring process here. The process typically includes tracking key metrics such as match accuracy, merge success, and false positive negative rates. This helps in fine tuning the matching and merging process. Next. Then, because these match and merge process happens in the golden tables, so there should be some audit trail also, means like how these processes happened and if there are any reversal needed and all. So we need to track this also in the history and all, right. We need to maintain this audit trail, so that these matching and merging activities ensures transparency and traceability of the decisions made during the process. Then we have an eighth step, ongoing optimization. So in this one, rule refinement. As the data evolves, the matching and merging rules might need to be redefined. Regular monitoring of the process and auditing the criteria based on new data patterns or business need is essential for the continued accuracy. Machine learning integration. In some advanced implementations, we use the machine learning models where we can like predict the models, and based on that we can take the further decision what need to be done, so that we get the accurate and correct data. So in conclusion, the match and merge process in IDMC SaaS ensures that the business can maintain accurate, up-to-date, and deduplicated data, enabling better decision making and enhancing the overall data quality in the organization. So that's what we have for today, and means there here we can see we have two images here, which is basically taken for the from the match and merge, right? So in the first it is like how from where we can define the rules and then matching rules, and in the bottom we have shown like those two types of rules like exact match and fuzzy match. So this is just given for our reference. So that's what we have for today. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, team. Thanks, everyone. So now we can wind up this session and we can stop the recording.